Good morning, good evening, and good night, depend on where you are. Thank you very much for the opportunity to sharing the progress report of our study in Papua and Nepal, implementation of Debson hypersensitive syndrome biomolecular predictive test to reduce the incidence of DSS among leprosy patients in Papua and Nepal. I will share my screen. So as we know, multi-drug treatments has supplied by WHO free of cost to leprosy patients in all endemic countries. It contains rifampicin, dapsone, clofazimine, or lamprey. But unfortunately, in some population, multi-drug treatment cause the dapsone hypersensitive syndrome. It has become the challenge in leprosy elimination. Until now, the DSS incidence is reported 0.5 until 3.6%, with the fatality rate is approximately 10%. According to the study in China, SLB 1301 is associated with the DSS in the Chinese population and validated in Papuan population also, with the OR, odds ratio 26.3 and the p-value 7.17 with the power 10⁻⁷. It is very associated with the incidence of DSS between in Chinese and Papuan population. So our research question is what are the benefits of implementing SLAB 1301 allele screening within standard clinical case prior to Debson administration into leprosy endemic population. So this is the milestone of our study. We started with the validation in 2017, and recently we implement the B1301 to screen all the leprosy patient, new leprosy patient in Papua and Nepal. And then in this year, we will start the feasibility study of the implementation. And the outcome is we want to apply it in point of care to screen all the new leprosy patient before the MDT administration, especially in Indonesia for the Papuan population. So this is the design of the clinical implementation study. We screen the new leprosy patient. If the result is positive with no G6PD deficiency result, so we will draw the 2 milliliters of blood for SLEB 1301 test, and liver function test and whole blood count test. And we will inform the qPCR result B1301 by the call, and also we deliver the result in personally to the patient. Then after 4 weeks, we will do the follow-up, and also in 8 weeks. So if the result of qPCR test is positive, then the multi-drug treatment will be administered to the patient without the Debson. But if the result is negative, so the patient will get the complete multi-drug treatment. So in 2021, our progress is in Nepal. We will start with the initiation phase, ethics, procurement of supplies, and now the ethics is already issued by the Nepal Ethical Committee. In Papua, our subject recruitment, we already recruited 153 of 310 targets, so we reached 49.35%, and 16.3%. About 25 out of 153 subjects are SLEB 1301 carriers. So they get the multi-drug treatment without the Debson. And we also run the validation of qPCR assay using next generation sequencing technology, and the result is 100% concordance between qPCR assay comparing with the next generation sequencing technology. This is the socio-demographic of our study respondents. The mean of age is 25, and for the female is 40.2%. Papuan ethnic is 91.5%. According to physical examination, we got the 76.7% is the multibacillary, and 37.25 have the BCG scars, and the rest is they don't have the BCG scar. So mostly they don't have the BCG scar. And as I mentioned previously, the SLB 1301 is 16.3%. So according to the validation of between the two methods, qPCR and the gold standard method using Allosec SLE typing next generation sequencing, we found that all the positive qPCR results are SLAB 1301 in next generation sequencing technology, and for all the qPCR negative test is non SLAB 1301. We only take 22 samples, about 14.3% of all samples to undergo the next generation sequencing. So this is the progress of our study in Indonesia and in Nepal. Thank you very much for our sponsor, Turing Foundation, Leprosy Research Initiative, Anadaban Hospital in Nepal, and Netherlands Leprosy Relief. Thank you very much.